Hi, my name is Elaysha Travis, and I am the Assistant Director for Sister Act. My role as Assistant Director looks like me supporting Roy. There's a bunch of moving parts, and Roy is like pulled and stretched in a lot of different directions. So anything that falls through the cracks, it's kind of like me just being able to help inform him of those things that he may not be able to see because of all the different things that he's doing. In terms of collaborating with other members of the production teams, Roy mainly collaborates with music and choreography just because he is the director. I would say if I deal more heavily with anyone, it's probably stage management in the sense that they're writing a lot of stuff down and taking a lot of notes that it's good for me to be aware of, especially like with blocking and things of that nature. I've loved performing since I was a child, but I'm from Madison, Mississippi, and there's not a whole lot of arts or theater where I grew up, and so my background is really in sports. That's what me and my brothers and like my parents have grown up doing, and so I did that until I got to college, specifically in soccer. And once I got here and COVID happened, I felt like I just was really forced to be introspective about what I wanted, and I just came back to the world of theater. I changed my major, I got completely back into it. I had a lot of fun actually working on Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead. I was in the ensemble of that show, and that show is just so niche and so different, I think, but the cast was so big and everybody was so fun, and I worked with Dennis McClernand, who actually is in the cast of this show, and he's just so fun, and it was such a fun process, and it was so easy, and I really enjoyed that show, being in the cast of that show. I would say the biggest challenge I've faced has probably been the timeline that the show is on. The amount of time put into the rehearsal process is really, really quick in terms of how fast we're putting the show up, which I'm not accustomed to. I think a lot of the students aren't accustomed to. And with all of the moving parts, I feel like it wasn't until actually recently that we did our first run and we got to see the show up and on its feet. And the way that we've been putting it together, it's been out of chronological order, and I don't know, I feel like I have so much faith in the show and I know it's gonna be so good, but it wasn't until we like had the first run that I was like, this is what the show looks like, you know? In terms of advice that I would give in terms of working on this show specifically, I think I would say really come in every day ready to work. I feel like sometimes because rehearsal is so fast and, you know, we're here every day and we're here on the weekends, it can be a little overwhelming, and it's easy to let all of that get to you and to forget like the fact that you get to work on a show, which is something that like I think Elaysha when I was 4 would have been like, oh my god, this is what you do, that's so crazy. And you know, to think back when you were younger and this is all you wanted to do and now you get to do it, I think just remember to appreciate the fact that you're here and to have fun. I think that can happen whenever you start moving into more of a professional setting. It can feel like work and you lose the joy, which is why we're doing it in the first place. So that's what I would advise.